I did actually write this speech saying, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Mental Willie speech. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If there's anyone here who is feeling worried, nervous, or apprehensive, it's either me or it's Helen, she's married here. I really didn't know where to start, so I thought I'd trawl the internet. After a couple of hours, I found some really, really good stuff. I don't remember last time I was writing this speech. So while I was on the internet, I thought I'd decide to look up Neil's date of birth and see if anything momentous had happened on that day. Unfortunately, nothing much seems to have happened. Although the nurses on the ward where Neil was born still call it ugly birthday.
End it! Leave it there!
Also, during my research on the internet, I took my best man duties quite seriously, as most of you have seen today. I looked up weddings in general, and I looked at what the three key elements of the wedding are. One is the aisle. It's the longest walk you'll ever take. The second one is the altar. So it's a place where two become one. And the third is the hymn. It's like a celebration of religion. So I kept reminding myself. Aisle, altar, and hymn. I think Helen must have done the same thing as me. Because as she was walking through, I'm sure I heard her say, I'll walk with you. So, right, where to start? I think it's best to address the elephant in the room. It's about time. So, before the wind changes and while we have the opportunity, quickly stand up, everyone, and raise a glass. Let's have a toast to the wine and groom again. Just in case he doesn't actually turn up. Neil and Helen.
Neil and Helen.
Cheers, darling. I love you. I'd like to take a serious moment to congratulate Helen's mum and Neil's dad for doing such a great job and raising such a lovely girl. And to Neil's mum and dad, well, you did your best. I think it might have been a lost cause. I didn't hear something we had earlier, so this will just be to the point. Neil went to a private school.
Hey!
That's true. So I'm dishing a little bit of dirt on Neil. I've known Neil for over 20 long years. And as you know, during most of that time, Neil has been refining his building skills as the expert solution. Really? And in fact, many of us here would have been fortunate enough to have Neil come round to do some work with us, our own houses. And then come round a week later to finish it off. And then come round a month later to put it back up again. In fact, to be honest, it's been so much, I thought I'd talk about service plan rather than just something. No, to be fair, as a builder, Neil's actually quite a good chef. He didn't go to Griffin. He's a trained chef, apparently, Neil. Although, due to the fact that none of us have actually seen him cook anything other than spaghetti bolognese, and it's normally in the jar associated with Lloyd Grossman by the time, I'm not really sure about that either. So, what else can I say about Neil? Well, not much, apparently, according to the chat he had with me about this speech. Luckily for him, he picked a shy, retiring type to be the best man. Unlucky for him, he didn't turn up, so he had to come with me instead. So I say that description fits me. Actually, do you know what? I was a bit harsh on myself then.
You're
I am, in fact, and by quite some margin, the best man that Neil actually is. So moving on from this point onwards, I will now be referring to Neil by his actual name.
Shearer!
Shearer.
Shearer! Shearer!
I am, in fact, the person who gave Neil that name. And there are two reasons why. The first one is at the time none of us had ever heard of Graham Norton. And the second was actually due to a picture of Alan Shearer that I saw in the paper one day that looked like him. So what I did was I coloured the hair in a bit darker, I took it in and posted it on the wall at the pub we played football for. I say we played football for. And what I did was I drew a little speech bubble alongside it. And in that speech bubble was Neil's catchphrase. Neil's catchphrase is, "Hello, can I help you?" A strange catchphrase, you might think. But during the time when Neil wasn't working for his dad, well, we say working for his dad, so it wasn't being supported by his dad, wasn't being looked after by his dad, or according to Neil, not paid enough by his dad. He actually was working for, I think it was TNT, it was some sort of drug company, and he was answering the phone. And it was really important, every time he answered the phone, he had to say, "Hello." Unfortunately, Shearer found it really difficult to turn off this level of customer service. To the fact that every time we rang him, despite the fact that he had caller ID with our names on it, he would still answer the phone and say, "Hello." Which my answer was, "If you're driving, no?" Shearer really took the nickname to heart. In fact, from then on, every time he met anyone new, he would introduce himself as Shearer. It was amazing, really, considering it was 2 years before he actually asked me who Shearer was. So it's good he got into the swing of things. In fact, staying on a sporting thing, I've been told that at school, his sporting prowess was legendary. In fact, when he left the school, he was recognised for the major contribution he made to the school football's first team by sticking to swimming. That leads me to Neil's greatest claim to fame and my greatest claim to shame. The one and only time we ever saw Shearer in a football kit, or in a sporting kit of any time. It was my shame that he came on for sub for me in a football match. It was his claim to fame that he came on as sub to me in a football match. Luckily, in keeping with the school theme, he made a great contribution to the overall team performance by running around the lot but not actually touching the ball. Shearer does have his moments, however, and always makes sure, I'm sure the boys will agree with me on this, when he has a point to make, he always makes sure it's something that's well remembered. I remember when his first girlfriend, Jonah. You all remember Jonah, don't you? Neil's first girlfriend? Oh, boyfriend. No, Jonah. In the pub, Neil said, sometimes Neil can say things that I think of a nice way to say stupid, but it's really coming to mind. Maybe not thought through. And someone called him Trigger. To which Neil's answer was, and I think this keeps him in the thing stupid, "What are you calling me after a racehorse for?" See, in Neil's mind, Trigger, Roy Rogers, horse, racehorse. No only Fools and Horses or anything else like that. He didn't get that at all. Just straight into there. Second best one, I think we all remember as well, the boys, was actually watching Leeds versus Celtic, playing in the, what's called the Battle of Britain. First time in the European Championship, champions of Scotland and the champions of England are playing. He did wait until half time, to be fair to him, before he asked us, which uniform are Leeds playing? And finally, just the last great one for me is actually a fairly recent one. When we're talking about the best man speech, Neil did say to me, "You're not going to be too bad, are you? You're not going to be too bad. He said, you really don't want to go too outrageous."
I said, Neil, don't worry, I won't. He said, no, really don't. You've got to remember, Helen's family and my family are going to be there. And I thought, thank God for that, because I've never been to a wedding where everyone's family is there. He's kind of got off lightly, I think, and he's a great guy, and he's been a great friend. He'll do anything for you. You may have to do it again for you afterwards, but he's And a little bit of an in-joke, he's not the best at spotting an Adam's apple.
Lady boy! Lady boy!
Although, to be fair, at the last minute he pulled out. Can you hear that? For the lovely couple, and Helen, you look beautiful today, and I wanted to say that at the end of it before anything else. Congratulations, I hope you have a wonderful life together. Helen and Neil.
Yay!